At one time, acquiring information and learning it required effort. We had to go get it. Now, there's more information than we can handle. We're in the middle of information overload. And what do we mean by information overload? Well, there's way more information available than an individual can consume. We're simply faced with too much. But Clay Shirky had a great quote. It's not information overload, it's filter failure. We're not able to select the information efficiently. How do we decide what's good or what's bad, what's worth our time? The key is to curate your sources. Find out what sources are reliable, what sources provide the most information and the most accurate information for the least effort. Once you find those reliable sources, look at their sources. Who do they use? Where do they go? Look at bibliographies and references for reliable sources. And if you find the reliable sources, look to see if they put out newsletters. Now, when you're evaluating information, whether it comes from reliable sources that you're using, or you're simply evaluating cold information, be careful and look at who's made the information available. What are their credentials, affiliations? Why did they offer the information? And is it opinion, or is it objective information? And look when it was posted. You want to know if something is current, or whether something has been updated, or whether it's old, proven information. And can it be verified? Is it original, or did they pick it up from somebody? Did they derive it? And once you've found this information, you're going to want to break it down into units you can learn with. This is where you develop or take notes. And note-taking skill is very important to learning the material. Don't just take notes. Read them, use them, evaluate them as you're taking them. And realize that taking notes manually, you're involving more of the senses. And data shows us that taking notes manually may actually be better. You're going to go digital. You're going to digitally use and create notes as well. But beware just cutting and pasting. Again, you want to actively notice and read the notes. And when we organize them, we want to organize them actively. Pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention to how you organize them. Try to make links between the notes. Use pictures and visuals. We remember things visually and graphically better than just reading it. And underline or find ways to signify the important parts of your notes. Obviously, there are a lot of ways to take notes, but whether you're in a classroom setting or taking your information from text, the two-column method is by far the best. You take your notes in the right-hand portion. This is where you record the information. In the left-hand column, this is where you use your cues. These might be the type of questions you might be asked about the information in the notes. And you use the bottom to summarize. This is the key information you want to take from the whole page. There are, of course, different ways to organize your notes, and everybody develops their own style. But mind maps are quite effective at giving yourself a graphic or visual context for your notes and your information. And it's crucial that you keep your notes organized, either with binders or notebooks or files, because you've got to be able to find the notes you want and be able to put them in order for tests or for future reference. And this means you've got to have an effective way to search your notes. It needs to be effective, efficient, reliable, and importantly, available, because you've got to have access to your notes. And for that reason, I recommend a web-based notebook, because it's a cross between a traditional notebook and a word processor. You can actually do work in it and customize your notes digitally. It's synchronized across all your devices. You can access it on your phone, on your computer, or from any computer. It captures anything. It'll capture notes, obviously, clippings, pictures, audio. And you want one that's constantly evolving to keep up with changing devices, changing times, changing delivery methods. For me, the workhorse for my note-taking and keeping my notes online is Evernote. Now, there are other options out there, but Evernote's just really good for me because I can organize in folders, I can organize the notes in different ways, in different notebooks inside there. And putting notes in, I can clip it from the internet, I can clip parts from the internet. I can dictate little notes into it. It's just simply a very powerful note-taking tool. Plus, of course, it's across all my devices. I can access it anywhere, anytime. And it has a powerful, powerful search feature. It'll even search pictures. And for shorter notes like to-do lists or shopping lists or things like that, I use Google Keep. It's a little bit easier to use because it's a little bit smaller, not quite as powerful, but it's extremely convenient.